Still guessing HVAC pressures the old school way? Today we're breaking down the best digital manifolds that give you faster readings, pinpoint accuracy, and zero guesswork. Check the links in the description below for the latest prices and details. Let's dive in. You know that moment on a job when you're juggling hoses, charts, and numbers, wishing one tool could just think for you? That's exactly where the Fieldpiece refrigerant manifold steps in, and honestly, it feels like upgrading from a flip phone to a smartphone. Right away, the digital display grabs your attention. Superheat, subcooling, high and low pressure. It's all right there, no guessing, no flipping through PT charts. Built from rugged ABS plastic, it feels tough enough to survive real job sites and not just clean workshops. The built-in micron gauge is a massive win, especially during vacuum pulls, and the thermocouple ports make temperature checks fast and clean. In real-world use, techs love how much time this thing saves. Setup feels smooth, data logging is handy for long jobs, and the tightness test feature adds confidence before charging. But let's be real, this isn't a budget tool. Depending on where you shop, prices often land in the premium range, and some long-term users mention accuracy drifting after heavy use, especially with subcool readings. Still, when it's working right, it feels like a powerhouse. If you're a serious HVAC tech who values speed, data, and fewer mistakes, this tool feels less like an expense and more like a long-term partner on the job. Ever pulled a manifold out of the bag and thought, please don't be another overpriced headache? That's where the Elitech wireless digital manifold LMG-10W surprises a lot of people. This one balances price and features better than you'd expect. The brass build gives it a solid professional feel, and once it's powered on, the large screen makes readings easy even in bad lighting. It supports over 140 refrigerants, auto-calculates superheat and subcooling, and even compensates temperature during pressure and vacuum tests, stuff you usually see on pricier gear. Where it really stands out is wireless connectivity. Pair it with the Elitech app, and suddenly you're monitoring pressure, vacuum, and charging data from your phone. On the job, that's incredibly convenient. Battery life is another strong point. Around 200 hours means you're not constantly swapping batteries. That said, it's not flawless. Some users notice accuracy inconsistencies, and a few report durability issues, like screen cracking if it's not handled carefully. Still, considering it often comes in at a noticeably lower price than big-name competitors, many techs feel they're getting strong value for the money. If you want modern features without paying top-shelf prices, this one punches above its weight. Let's be honest, analog gauges can feel like doing math homework on a ladder. That's why the Elitech digital manifold gauge, DMG2SE, feels refreshing the moment you turn it on. This kit is clearly designed for everyday techs. It comes with color-coded hoses and R410A adapters, so you're not hunting for accessories before starting a job. The digital screen gives quick pressure and temperature readings, and it handles superheat and subcool calculations automatically. No charts, no second guessing. In the hand, it feels compact but sturdy, with aluminum and brass components that inspire confidence. It's light enough to carry all day without feeling bulky, which matters on long service calls. The auto shutoff feature is small but smart. It saves battery and prevents those dead gauge surprises. Now here's the honest part. While many techs find it accurate enough for daily repairs, some notice it doesn't measure microns, and Bluetooth reliability can be hit or miss. For advanced vacuum diagnostics, you may still want a dedicated micron gauge. Price-wise, it usually lands in the mid-range, making it attractive for techs upgrading from analog without jumping to premium pricing. Solid, practical, and no nonsense. This one feels built for real work, not just marketing buzz. If precision is your thing, this one feels like a scalpel instead of a hammer. The Testo 550's AC manifold gauge is all about accuracy, clarity, and modern workflow. It's surprisingly compact, yet packed with serious capability. Pressure readings go up to 870 pounds per square inch, temperature range is wide, and the wireless probes make setup cleaner and faster. Pair it with the Testo Smart app, and suddenly your phone becomes a command center, logging data, calculating superheat and subcooling, and even generating reports on site. In real use, techs love how intuitive it feels. The readings are fast and stable, and when everything connects properly, the experience feels premium. Accuracy is often praised, especially for pressure measurements, and the overall build quality feels refined and professional. But let's not sugarcoat it. Bluetooth connection issues do pop up, and temperature clamps don't impress everyone. It's also not the cheapest option out there, with prices reflecting its high-end positioning. Still, for technicians who value documentation, app integration, and clean workflows, this tool feels like it belongs in a modern HVAC setup. It's less about brute force and more about smart, efficient diagnostics done right the first time. Sometimes you just want a tool that does everything without emptying your wallet. That's where the Vivohome digital HVAC manifold gauge enters the conversation. This gauge packs a surprising amount into one unit. It handles dual pressure and temperature readings, supports 88 refrigerants, and even includes a 2L refrigerant warnings. The large backlit LCD is easy on the eyes, and features like automatic power off help keep battery life reasonable. In the field, many techs appreciate the included accessories, temperature clamps, heavy-duty hoses, safety valves, and even a carrying bag. It feels like a complete kit rather than a bare-bones tool. The engineering plastic body isn't fancy, but it feels tough enough for daily use. That said, performance feedback is mixed. Some users report smooth operation and reliable readings, while others experience glitches or inconsistencies over time. Accuracy can vary depending on conditions, so it may not satisfy perfectionists. Price-wise, it usually sits in the budget to mid-range, which explains its popularity. If you're a newer tech, DIY installer, or someone who wants lots of features without paying premium prices, this manifold offers strong value. Just don't expect flagship-level polish. Ever bought a tool that almost feels amazing, but leaves you slightly frustrated? That's the story many people have with the Beley Digital Manifold VAC gauge. On paper, it looks impressive. Dual pressure and temperature readings, digital display, built-in refrigerant database with over 90 refrigerants, automatic superheat, and subcool calculations. It checks a lot of boxes. The large backlit screen is easy to read, and the silicone grip gives it a comfortable, modern feel. In everyday use, the convenience factor is real. Switching units, reading data quickly, and handling basic diagnostics feels smooth and beginner-friendly. For installations and routine maintenance, it gets the job done without much fuss. But accuracy is where opinions split. Some users notice temperature readings drifting significantly, and the durability of the clamps doesn't always inspire confidence. When readings are off by noticeable margins, trust becomes an issue, especially on critical jobs. The price is usually attractive, making it tempting for budget-conscious buyers. For light-duty work or as a backup tool, it can make sense. Just know that while it offers plenty of features, consistency and long-term reliability may not match higher-end competitors. That's it for our roundup of the best digital manifolds. If this video helped, hit like, subscribe for more HVAC gear reviews, and check the links in the description for today's best. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.